This is the Transformers Generations Studio Series number 70 from the movie Transformers Bumblebee. This is Deluxe Class B-127 or Bumblebee Cybertronian mode, robot mode, and alt mode. I picked this up at my local Toy Kingdom store. Let's get him out of packaging. And here is B-127 out of packaging, and the figure turned out great. In robot mode, it feels like this mold was meant for this character. It is obviously the redeco or reuse, repurpose of the Studio Series Cliff Jumper figure mold, which was also based off the Jeep Bumblebee figure mold. I don't have those figures anymore, so I can't compare them, but as far as I can tell, based on my transforming this figure and posing him, putting him in different articulated poses, there doesn't seem to be any mold degradation. I think there's a little bit of degradation when you transform into alt mode. It's not as flush as Cliff Jumper, but we'll get to that in a while. But other than that, the figure looks great. He feels great. He moves well. You can play with this figure, and it feels like they were both released at the same time with Cliff Jumper. The yellow on this figure, yeah, it is Bumblebee. It doesn't appear now, but the discrepancies of the yellow paint with the yellow plastic is quite obvious in alt mode. But in robot mode, the figure looks absolutely stellar. I really like him in robot mode. And chances are, if I do keep this figure, he's going to stay mostly in robot mode. Looking at the details of this figure, you can clearly see everything about him looks and feels so premium, but he feels cheap. He comes with the same blaster that he had as Jeep Bumblebee and as Cliff Jumper. Nicely painted though. Some nice gunmetal gray and silver. And the joints still look tight. I think it's tight enough. I mean, if there were mold degradation, he'd be floppy by now, but no, so far, so good. I love the head sculpt. This is, I think, the best selling point for me. And I say that a lot of the figures, but I really love this head sculpt. There are some paint issues with some of the figures. I've seen some overlapping of the gray and misaligned Autobot symbol. This is the best one I could find. But other than that, the head is spectacular. And you can still move him up like that. So you do like a jumping pose and you be looking up like that. And that's really basically because of transformation, but I'm glad Hasbro put that as part of articulation. I wish they could have had an alternate head. I mean, this head is great, but would it hurt so much the budget if they gave us an extra head that you could snap on to the figure? Anyway, if you got a Jeep Bumblebee, you could probably swap the heads. But other than that, I think it's fine. I think this head sculpt is perfect for this version of Bumblebee. And for some size comparisons, here is B-127 with the Revenge of the Fallen Studio Series Deluxe Class Bumblebee. Boy, he's small. I didn't expect him to be this much shorter, but I guess he had to grow up over the years, you know, get a bigger body and all that, but they do look good together. So transformation, in case you haven't seen my Cliff Jumper video review, show you off very quickly. He transforms exactly the same way. Go ahead and pop that head up like that and fold it up like that. Open the chest cavity like this, and raise that bumper, fold and tuck these chest panels just like that. And then what you want to do is untab the backpack like that. And then these shoulders are going to fold in this way. Rotate the bicep this way and forearms just like that. And this whole chest cavity is going to collapse this way. Okay, then tab these arms onto the spine or onto the center of the body, center cavity, just like that. Okay, and my bad. The head is going to fold down like that. Let's go ahead and straighten out the top part of the car. Talk about that horrendous paint mismatch. But anyway, okay, what do? Go ahead and fold feet like this. Okay, the side panels are going to fold up like this, and then the wheels. Come on, fold like this. Okay. We'll fix everything once everything's lined up. Okay. Like that. Okay. All right. Go ahead and join feet together. Tab in the fender. The door panels are going to tab onto the shoulders. And the way this mold works, it just loves to pop off. And that's, I think, where the degradation for this mold is evident, that it just loves to pop off more than like the cliff jumper mold. So all that's left is really to just collapse these. And pegs of doom right here. Once you plug it in, it is quite difficult to untab. Okay, and there you go. Like I said, just loves popping off. Come on. Okay, and there you go. There's B-127 in his Cybertronian car alt mode. You can obviously put this weapon neatly stored on the underside. Clear plastic right here, you can literally see through. It's not as smoky as Cliff Jumper, I think. I don't know. I might just be seeing things, but wow, you can see all the logo of Takara Tomy and Hasbro. I mean, look at that. They put it right smack in the windshield. It still rolls very nicely despite the very low clearance. Optimus, I'm coming. So yeah, very cool, but this is probably my only concern with the entire figure is the mismatched yellow paint apps. And I don't know if you can clearly see it from how the camera is going about, but it's looking like he is a mixture of some yellow mustard right here and some Dijon mustard here on the sides and on the back. So two kinds of mustard, and it can be a little bit off-putting at times, but once you get used to it, I mean, at certain angles, it kind of blends well. Just like when you mix two kinds of mustard, they probably end up looking but the same hue of yellow. But yeah, very cool. And so some final thoughts on B-127. If you are a big fan of Bumblebee, especially in the movieverse, this is a definite pickup. You know how I feel about that Cliff Jumper mold. I love that figure. And I feel the same. The only problem with this figure is the mismatched yellow color in alt mode, but his robot mode looks fantastic. If you already have some of the other Bumblebee figures for the Studio Series line, this figure is going to fit right in. The figure is going to get a 9.5 out of 10. Let me know in the comment section what you think of B-127. And as always, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.